This lesson is on pitching. To pitch is to give a persuasive talk. We use pitching for three main purposes. Number one, we use a pitch to get people to buy our product. Number two, we use a pitch to get investors to provide capital so we can realize our dreams. And number three, we use a pitch to get people to join our team or to help us out. Guy Kawasaki said, "How can you tell if an entrepreneur is pitching?" The answer is, his lips are moving. And speaking of Guy Kawasaki, this lesson is based for the most part on a book called The Art of the Start, which was written by Guy. And it's a wonderful book. You can read the reviews of this on Amazon. And I'd just like to read you a little bit from the introduction of this. And doing, not learning to do, is the essence of entrepreneurship. The art of the start alleviates this pain. My goal is to help you use your knowledge, love, and determination to create something great without getting bogged down in theory and unnecessary details. My presumption is that your goal is to change the world, not study it. If your attitude is, cut the crap and just tell me what I need to do, you have come to the right place. Boy, I love Guy Kawasaki. And let's go ahead and get started learning about pitching. There are three main variables. Number one is the duration of your pitch. Is it 30 seconds, 30 minutes, or an hour? Most of the time, pitches are very short. You happen to run into someone and you get a chance to make a pitch. These short pitches are often called elevator pitches because you're supposed to be able to deliver the pitch while you're on the elevator. The second variable is formality. Most pitches are very informal and they happen when we just happen to run into someone that we want to talk to. However, other times the pitch is highly formal, for example when we're pitching for capital to start our business. The third variable is the audience. Sometimes we're talking to a customer, sometimes we're talking to someone who might want to invest in our product or company, and sometimes we're talking to someone we want either joining our team or helping our team. So three key variables. Guy Kawasaki presents 5 fundamentals. Fundamental 1 is the 1-minute rule, and make sure your audience or listener always knows what your product or company does in the first minute, even if you're giving a 20-minute presentation. So in 1 minute, let your audience know what exactly your product or company does. This is my favorite fundamental. Answer the little man. So the little man's this guy that sits on your shoulder and says, "So what?" after everything you say. To answer the little man, you need to tell your audience why and then elaborate. So for example, if you say, "We use digital signal processing in our hearing aid," the little man asks, "So what?" And you say, "Because this technology increases the clarity of sound." Then you elaborate. For example, if you're at a party and you're talking to someone you really care about, you'll be able to hear them clearly. Second example, we use LED lighting in our bicycle safety light. The little man asks, "So what?" Big deal. And you explain why. Because the power draw is very small, so batteries last an exceedingly long time. For instance, if you're riding your bike home late at night, you can have very high confidence that your light is going to work. Before a formal presentation, do research and find out all you can about your audience. What do they want? What are their values? What is their business? How are you going to connect with them? The 10-20-30 rule is for formal presentations. The idea here is that pitches are never too short. Most of them are too long, and according to Guy Kawasaki, most of them are lousy. Here's 3 rules to help. 10. That means use no more than 10 slides in a formal presentation. 20 means get your talk done in 20 minutes or less. Allow a lot of time for discussion. 30 means to use 30-point font on your slides or bigger. Make your slides readable. If you need to use smaller than 30-point font, you've got too much information. Fifth fundamental is to set the stage, and that means that all your technology equipment is working. Your projector is working, your computer is working, you have all the connecting cables, you have speakers, etc. And then make sure your opening words help clarify expectations. For example, how much of your time can I have today? What are the 3 most important things I can communicate to you today? May I quickly go through my presentation and then we'll discuss all the questions at the end.